Hey fellow artists, I'm back in the workshop with my cigar box leg fiddle. Today's a big day for my fiddle because we are restringing it with viola strings, which I hope will enhance this instrument's playability and sound. Currently, this instrument is using a violin G string and a high E string from an acoustic steel guitar set. Yes, this is a strange string combination. These strings do not perform well together. And if you check out the last video on my leg fiddle playlist, you'll find out how I arrived at this string combination. I encourage anyone who isn't familiar with this project to watch the videos in my Cigar Box leg fiddle playlist. The videos are arranged in chronological order so that you can see the natural evolution of this fiddle and understand what I'm ultimately aiming for with this and future leg fiddle builds. I left a link to the playlist in the video description box and as a pinned comment. So, where are my strings? They are inside of my leg fiddle along with some rosin so we can test the strings later. If you're familiar with my cigar box guitars, you know that I love threading the string assembly through the lid of my cigar boxes so that I can easily open up my instruments and store stuff in them, which I think is super cute and practical. You'll never misplace your guitar slide or pick again. Just keep everything inside of your CBG. These are 16.5-inch viola strings I got for a fantastic price on eBay. I'm going to use the bottom two strings from the set, which should be tuned to C3 and G3. I'm very interested to hear how this fiddle responds to this tuning. C3 is very close to this fiddle's Helmholtz resonance frequency. Will we get a howling wolf tone when we play the open C on this instrument? Can't wait to find out. FYI, I produced a video about the acoustic properties of this leg fiddle. Again, please do check out my Cigar Box leg fiddle playlist to learn more. Let's start restringing this now. And taking a look at the strings in this packet, it seems to me that they're not gonna be long enough. Oh, I hope that's not the case. Let's see what goes on here. Okay, no. No. C string looks okay. Let's check the G string. Okay, no. We're gonna be okay. And I will save this violin string for shorter builds. The texture of these violin and viola strings are definitely scrapier than guitar strings. That's probably why they bow better. Let's remove this high E guitar string. Okay, this string is thicker. It's definitely the C string. Stringing and tuning is always the most nerve-wracking part of the process for me. Alright, I'll worry about tuning later. I just have it installed right now. Let's go for the G string here. Okay, that's not tuned up to the proper notes, but at least we got a perfect fifth here. Just for giggles, let's see what this instrument sounds like right now. Okay, so according to Pano Tuner, I'm currently tuned to E. This is the low E of a guitar. And B. So I'm going to bring it as close to C3 and G3 as much as possible. This is feeling pretty stiff now, so I'm going to stop here at this A. So this will need to be an E to have a perfect fizz above that. All right, let's leave those to stretch for now, but I'm curious what it's currently sounds like. Let's bow this. Let's apply a good amount of rosin to this bow for our little test. Now, before we try to play this, we want to make sure that these frets are in a good configuration. I'm going to place them back in my natural minor configuration like what I had in my last video. I am planning to remake these frets so that they, one, lie perfectly flat on top of the fingerboard, and so that they look nicer. Shaping 12 gauge frets with this tool is not possible, at least not with my hand strength. I do have my eye on some equipment that will help me shape these very thick wires. If you are in need of laser carved cigar boxes for your own builds, please shoot me an email at psycheoperaco@gmail.com. Again, I am putting together some funds to get the equipment I need to update these 12 gauge movable copper frets. I also make handmade jewelry with special maldejo designs inspired by dragons and gators. Feel free to reach out to me about those pieces as well. And as always, the store shelf on my channel features CBG themed t-shirts and mugs, so your patronage will help me acquire the equipment I need to make better movable 12 gauge copper frets. So do reach out. I do have links in the video description box to make that easier for you. Thanks in advance. Let's get this into a natural minor configuration. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, re, sol, left. Okay, frets are in place. Let's give this a shot. So this isn't tuned up yet to where it's supposed to be, but let's give it a little preview. Much more stable sound. Definitely not extra light guitar strings. Let's tune it up to the C and G it's supposed to be at. Although the strings require less pressure to bow and they blend well together, I'm finding I'm missing the character of the strings that I had on the instrument before. And I'm thinking part of the reason is they were tuned to higher pitches. This will probably sound better closer to the violin range, maybe. But let's tune it up to C and G and see if we can improve the sound a bit. Woo, we're a whole step away. We are a few frequencies off the Helmholtz resonance, which is about 132 point something hertz. If that's do, we need so. Here we go. We're close to where it's supposed to be at. Let's give it another listen. Okay, so we're now at B and F sharp. missing the quality of the old strings. Let's try to take this up to C and G. If I don't like it in that range, then I will switch these up for the D and A string from the viola pack. I'm gonna try to take this up to C3 and G3. Here we go. All right, so this is do, now it is. All right, let's play this a bit. I'm finding that the strings are also very, very stiff, and it's very difficult to perform the bends that I was able to with the thinner strings. It's a shame that violin strings aren't any longer. Let's try the upper two strings for a viola and see if we get any improvement in playability and just the character of the sound. I want some of that character that we got in the video where I first played this thing. Let's restring this. Making my way back into the house to grab my viola string pack, and it just occurred to me, erhu strings are much longer than violin or viola strings. So maybe the solution to my conundrum is erhu strings, which are lighter and longer than violin and viola strings, but are also designed for bowing. All right, so we're gonna try the two high strings in my viola string pack, but if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna try to get my hands on erhu strings. We're gonna swap out the C and G string for the higher strings in the pack, DD and A string, and they look promising because as they're lighter. They're lighter because they're designed to produce higher sound, but hopefully their lightness will allow me to perform my bends again, which is very important for me. It's that time of day where we need some smoke to keep the mosquitoes away. Taking a break and enjoying the fire for a moment. Threw in some oak sticks to get the smoke going. Start with the lower D string. It's a little more give to these strings. Just gonna allow it to stretch there. Now I'm gonna put in the high A string. Allow these strings to stretch a bit before taking them up to pitch. We have a major third right now. Let's take this up to a fifth above the first string, whatever note this is. Perfect fourth. Tritone. Oh, we can mess with that a little. All right, so without making any adjustments, we are tuned D to A. Been playing around with this a bit, and I think we found the winner. I'm finding that the lighter the pressure I apply to the strings, the more stable tone I get. Definitely need more practice with this instrument, but I think these are the strings for it. And once I master applying the right bow pressure and figuring out some convenient fingerings, I might be able to make music with this thing. Next on the list is to remake these frets so that they lay perfectly flat on the fretboard. And I'm going to tie them on with some very elegant leather string, which will also help keep them in place. The nylon works pretty good, but they're hard to tie on. I think I'll have a better time with the leather string. Again, I'm raising some funds to get equipment that will help me bend these 12 gauge copper frets into shape. So ask me about my laser carved cigar boxes, my handmade jewelry, or check out the mugs and t-shirts on my store shelf here on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Chaito.